What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around these end times sent from the enemy. Have that strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, awesome. And if you are interested in that one-on-one Discord conversation, the information is pinned in the comment section and in the description down below. Good, great, awesome. And if you have been thinking about doing it, I do recommend you guys go ahead and email to set it up in the time and stuff, because I'm noticing that more and more people are getting in and doing it. So I only do have a set number of time slots for a week now, because God has got me more established with it. So yeah, that's just a heads up to you. So yeah. Also, before we speak on what we're going to speak on, based on the title, y'all know what this video is potentially about. Make sure that whatever you hear, you take it back to the Lord, okay? So I am not a financial advisor. I am not telling you what to do. It is your responsibility to get that personal consent, personal instruction from the Lord, because that's just not my business. And the Lord has told me that your personal stuff is not my business. So no, he's not going to tell me what to tell you on that. He needs you to figure that out with him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that as we go. So to start off, first things first, when it comes to the EMP, real quick, I know people probably have heard about this EMP attack and whatnot. The Lord told me to tell you guys, he said, tell them, pray on it. You know, pray on it and pray against it. So a lot of times when the Lord tells you something in advance, it's also for you to pray against it if it's negative. So be praying against stuff like that. Don't just be preparing for it, pray against it. So that's all that he wanted me to tell y'all on that part. Here's the deal. Everybody got their own situation going on for your wallets, crypto wallets. The Lord gave me some insight. This is how you should think about it. You should have multiple wallets. Just like in a bank account, you have multiple accounts. You know, so you might have one wallet as your safe, your bank. You're not going to take your safe and bank out to buy a sandwich, you know, so somebody can try to steal everything you got from you. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of wallets, and I know Tagum wallets or cards or whatnot I've heard are really good for transactions. They'll be really good for transactions. So you might be able to get those filled up with certain amount of funds for transactions. So the current wallet that many have right now, which many only have one, will be to store funds on. Don't be somebody that's so quick to try to figure out, I need to buy 100 different things. No. That first wallet should be your bank account or your bank, your safe, to store that crypto on to keep it secure for right now. Now, for people that's saying, oh, I need to pay things off, this is why the Lord is telling certain people, you know, about credit unions. Because if banks shut down, then what are you going to do? Okay, well, you have a credit union that you could probably use to pay all those things off. But don't put everything in, because people are going to make the mistake of funding the enemy with the funds right back so he can take it from you in these banks and all this stuff. So be wise. So I'm not telling any of you what to do. I'm just giving you the insight that the Lord has given me and connecting pieces together. Okay? That's how we should be thinking. We should already be thinking that the world we once knew is over with. All right? So be smart. Don't be desperate to fall for scams and schemes, trying to get something free and trying to get all these things because you're trying to hurry up, because people gonna still try to scam and scheme, but in the crypto world. So you got to watch it. Watch what you're trying to buy and where you're buying it from. Treat it as if you were to do that with your cards and your bank accounts, literally. All right? I hope this is making sense to people. That's why part of why you need to have multiple wallets and for organization. But this first one is for you to have that safe, and then slowly be directed from there. Don't be in a hurry to try to, okay, now I got to figure out how to buy things with crypto. No. Wait for God's instruction for what to do next. And again, if you are somebody that needs to have a credit union to pay things off and the Lord directs you to do that, all right. It's a good reason why, because the banks are going to do what? Have issues. All right. So it's making sense, hopefully, to people here to be thinking bigger and more patiently. Also, when it comes to testing the spirits, make sure you have your own personal confirmation. No, I do not know when these major events are going to happen, like lockdowns, blackouts, shutdowns, banking failures. I don't know exactly the dates for nothing, so I cannot answer that for you. No, I cannot give you your own personal instruction, because the Lord is not going to tell me personal instruction for you. Why? Because he needs you to start to figure things out with him. Because if you don't have access to a person, what are you going to do? So you need to learn how he communicates with you. And God is getting on people more and more, especially people that are going to receive this transfer. You need to start working on your relationship and stop giving up so easily when it comes to trying to figure out what he's telling you. I didn't hear from him at first, and I had to figure things out, and I knew how he was communicating with me, and that's how we did things. I never really asked to hear his voice too, now that I think about it, but he gave it to me. You know, it's a progressional thing, and you have to just appreciate what you got and advance. Did that make sense? So make sure you take everything you hear back to God. Again, if you asking me, hey, should I do this credit union? I'm going to be like, hey, you should probably test the spirits with the Lord, because that's not my business and I have no right to do that. That's God's personal time with you. And he's told me that. Don't tell me ain't no raven around here. I heard it. I heard it. I heard the raven, y'all. Every time I record, he do something. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Peace and blessings, and I will catch y'all in the next one.